Okay, so today I will be doing what the title says and ranking every single Hello Neighbor stage. Now, there are a few rules and exemptions to this. Okay, so these are basically my rules. First off, which is maybe a bit mad to some people, but no alphas. My reason for why is that, they're just very unfair to judge. I'm not going to be judging these alphas because they're not supposed to be games. They're not games, So I feel like it would be just a bit unfair to put a standard to it and compare it to actual games. And even if, let's say I like the Alpha 1 better than, Hello Neighbor Act Final. I'm not going to compare it because for Hello Neighbor, they had to make 4 separate acts and spend more time on that. Here, they just had to make one alpha. And even then, oftentimes these alphas, here's my hot take with these alphas. They're really not all that much better than the actual game. We can pretend that they're oh so good and they're totally not glitchy, then they totally don't crash on you. Honestly, the alphas are probably just as rough around the edges, if not even more rough in the actual game, because obviously they would be. In my opinion, anyone who says the alphas are better than the actual game, there are very few times that actually applies. Alpha 1 and maybe Hello Neighbor Alpha 1 or Hello Neighbor 2 Alpha 1 are the only ones where I would say those alphas are slightly better than some of the levels in Hello Neighbor. Because you're judging it off a different criteria. I think it's just unfair because, of course, these are full games and these aren't full games and you shouldn't judge them to those standards, so they can't be compared. I also won't be judging any of the Hello Neighbor DLCs because I haven't played them. They cost $10 each. I'm not buying that. And I'm not going to count any other games other than the main 3. And by the main 3, I mean Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek, Hello Neighbor 2. Sadly, no Hello Neighbor 3, because honestly, couldn't you even, from what I'm seeing from prototypes and pre-alphas, are there even levels? It feels more open-worldy than the standard acts and stages of the normal Hello Neighbor games. Anyways, but I won't be including anything like Hello Neighbor Diaries or Hello Neighbor Search and Rescue, the VR game, or anything where it's not those main 3, the original, sequel, and prequel. So I won't be judging any of it off that. That's a big rock. Anyways, starting off the list with at number 14 is Hello Neighbor Act 1. Yeah, it's way too basic. It's way too basic. Generally, every other Hello Neighbor game act just has something more to it. This is the only act where it is just straight up. You have to find a key, and it's just. That's it. And even with that, it's so easy to glitch. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to get up there by going up with a trash bag, or you can do the trash bag glitch and go over and just pop up there. Anyways, what you're supposed to do is, correct me if I'm wrong, because I actually haven't played the proper way in literal years, because I just do the cheaty way, where you have to go through there, get the car key, open the car door, get the magnet, go to the back of the house, get a lockpick, go in the house, get the lockpick, open the lock, get a wrench, and then you get the wrench, go up, and then boom, unlock the key, do the basement section. The basement section is also quite annoying in my opinion. But here are 2, and there is actually a really fun way to do it. So there's a bowling ball inside the house. You grab the bowling ball, and then there's a fan up there. You turn on the fan and wait for it to hit a lever. When it hits the lever, this trap thingy at the side of the house will go up, and you can get the red key from there. It's actually really cool. But then there's 2 glitches that just make it very easy. First off, you can just go right there and get the magnet. Go inside, get the red key through the door. So no challenge, basically. And then another cheat is that you can just, it's harder, this second one's harder, is that you can just jump on, there's a satellite dish right here, you can just jump on it and then get in the door. It's really easy. It's way too easy. This is the only Hello Neighbor act where I can generally just every time do it without a death. And that's kind of unacceptable. I will say one thing: Air World. If you don't know what this is an actual part of the game. I'm pretty sure you need to do this to 100% of the game. But it's called Air World, and you can delete the neighbor, jump to the moon. It's actually really cool and fun. But it is really annoying because you need to search up all these ARG like codes. Anyways, so my final rating for this game would be a 4 point for this act would be a 4.5 out of 10. It's just way too basic. Also, the house is way too cramped because if you ever come down here, you're cooked. But when you're up here, it's so easy. So it's just really unbalanced and not that good. It was at number 13 is Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek Stage 3. I will say this has better replay value. Once you actually know what you're doing, it can be pretty fun. But when you don't know what you're doing, it's rough. I mean, oh my god, that fire kid. That fire kid may be the most annoying NPC or AI yet, and just in the entire game. It's so bad. It's so annoying. It feels like he will see you anywhere, and his fire freezes you, so it's really annoying. And there's also a part where you actually need him, which I will say, there are a lot of dumb criticisms towards this thing, like the cloud section. I hear a lot of people get it wrong, and yeah, basically you have to get a lake, and then there's a cloud, and he has to run under the lake to evaporate the water and make the cloud bigger. Makes sense, right? Well, the problem is apparently a lot of people didn't realize that was a cloud. I've heard people think it's a water balloon. I've heard some people say it's a hot air balloon. Um, and I'm like, how? It's very obviously a cloud. So I think that's just a dumb criticism. It's not. And also, there is a fire level. There's a giant pool of water. How does water go away? Fire and evaporation. Like, come on. Like, this is just so simple. And I honestly feel like those criticisms are just people being dumb. Anyways, my biggest so the map. I do have a big problem with the map. I just feel like I feel like all the Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek maps are actually pretty great. Other than this one, I feel like it can be a bit confusing, and I feel like there's just a lot of empty space and nothing. Like generally, you get 10 out of the I believe 11 plushies that you have to get are in like that building, and then a building like right there. It's like all in like a one run space. Like it's so cramped. That's also a big problem. Like there are, which is good because you can get past this level really quickly, but it also means that it's less fun. Literally, there's this one exercise where you just jump on a house, get 3 plushies immediately. What? Like that's so stupid in my opinion. And also, this is a level where I particularly have a big problem with the mechanic of if you get caught enough. If you get caught, you lose your plushies. This is the only level in the game that I actually have a complaint about that because it's the only one that I feel like has actually impacted me. Also, one dumb thing that I find to be the case, especially when I was playing this guy, is it's actually I don't think it's actually based on. I thought it was based on the amount of times you got caught. If you got caught, let's say 5 times, your sixth time he will take a plushie. I'm pretty sure it's actually just how many plushies you have. If you have, let's say, 60% of the plushies, over 60% of the plushies, he will take some. I find that to be stupid because then that's just a punishment, just to be punished in. There's no reason for your punishment. Getting caught once is you should have been able to be caught multiple times then take it. Which again, that could be how, but especially when playing here, like I had 7, hadn't died once, he killed me and took 2 plushies and hit them. And I'm like, okay, well, gotta restart because this map kind of sucks. Anyways, I'm gonna give this level a 5. It's not terrible, but it's pretty bad. Okay, the next one is the Hello Neighbor 2 Taxidermy's House. On a replay, which, yeah, I replayed all the games. This was the one I had the most fun with. I actually think Hello Neighbor 2 is just a great game. But Hello Neighbor 2 Taxidermy's House is definitely the worst part of the game. Out of all the levels in the game, even more than like the bakery, which is a much smaller house, this is the one where I feel the most cramped because he always feels like he's around the corner. And because there's just a lot of useless space, I feel like, I don't know, it's just really rough. I would say there are some fun puzzles, like the one with the boar head, where you have to hit every boar head in I think 30 seconds. It's pretty good. This one with the bear, where you have to take the lever to get the maps. I do like getting the map was pretty fun, but like overall, I don't think it's bad per se, but it's okay. Also, this guy, he's pretty annoying because he has a shotgun that he will shoot you with, and it feels like he will get you anywhere you go. So there's that. Anyways, I'm going to give this level, yeah, about 5.7 out of 10. I don't think it's bad per se. It's just not the best. Anyways, next up is Hello Neighbor Act Final. The final act of Hello Neighbor, I actually am mixed on. I do like the themes and ideas of how you are trying to escape your fear and trauma, while especially when the end, when you see the neighbor in his house, you realize that the neighbor is forever trapped with his fear and trauma of losing his family. Like, I think it's good ish symbolism. you know this stage was actually kind of fun, like just roaming around this giant world. I know it's a bit different from all the other acts, but it was pretty fun. And then this guy. I mean, it's an okay section, but nothing terrible. It's just really odd for a game. I feel like it's just really weird. If I can't put it in any other way other than it's just weird. I mean, not bad weird, but not a good weird. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Just not the best. It was next up is Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek Stage 4. I think this is a good stage. Okay, I actually do like this. I think the map is. Oh, I love the map. I love the design of the map. Honestly, like Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek, like the maps or not, they're all gorgeously designed. Honestly, Hello Neighbor is just a game with really good visuals, no matter what. Even Hello Neighbor 3 has incredible visuals. Hello Neighbor 2, some great visuals. Hello Neighbor 1, I really liked the cartoony style, and Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek has some great visuals as well. Like, this map looks so good, and I think there's a lot of neat puzzles. I think finding in brains, like, there was only one where I'm just like, okay, there's like 8 brains in this one location. Isn't that a bit much? Yes, it was a bit much, but I think it was fun enough to do. The one where you had to get the brain to lure the zombies away. Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek has some pretty clever puzzles that I did like. It's that and Hello Neighbor 2 are the two best games on puzzles out of the entire franchise, in my opinion. They're just really good. But one thing I will say about Hello Neighbor Stage 4 is maybe the map can feel a bit too big at sometimes. It does feel like you're running empty space. Like, there's a frozen house. You never have to do anything with that frozen house. I do like the pipes. Overall, I think it's a good design. This store, I know this is the Hello Guest store. Just ignore that. The store section was pretty good. Overall, I did enjoy this. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. In our top 10, I guess now, 9, and number 9 would be Hello Neighbor Act 2. Listen, this one would actually place higher if it weren't for one crucial flaw. You can skip the entire. You can do this in 2 minutes. Get the wrench, drain the pipes, and then go up, and there's a jumping skip. I mean, there's another one with box, like, where you don't even need the wrench. You just need 4 boxes, and you can jump into the trampoline. I don't do that one as much. I do the one where you just jump over the fence from the top of the house. It's really easy. And yeah, that's a big problem, where you can just skip your entire level in like 3 minutes. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. I think that's even more ridiculous than the Hello Neighbor 1 skips, like, or Hello Neighbor Act 1 skips. Like, it turns, like, well, I would say it's like an 8.5, because I really love all the ways to escape. The trampoline is my least favorite, of course. The crowbar's the easiest, but I think the red key is the most fun. I think it works really well, and all of them are really fun routes to go by. My only main issue is maybe the first level. The neighbor's really on you because he has no place to go. There's like 2 rooms in the entire house he can go, and only a backyard. And for the first like 2 to 5 minutes of the game, you're in the same situation. But once you discover your upstairs, it gets much better. And actually, I do like it because it's a mix between Act 1 and Act 3. Of Act 3, it's way too easy to escape from the neighbor. Again, that's not con for Act 3. I'm just saying, it's really easy to just avoid the neighbor. Act 1, it's almost impossible to avoid the neighbor. And I feel like this is a good balance where it has, yes, the neighbor is annoying and he can chase after you, but you can also have some times where you feel like you're okay. So I actually think it's a perfect balance between that. And oh, the house. I really love the houses and I really love the puzzles. I actually think all the puzzles, like with the dollhouse and then the pipes, I think it's all really good. And like you'll see my rating is gonna be like a 7.3. Like I would give this game like an 8.5. Like this level. If it weren't maybe in the neighbor in the first 5 minutes would be a bit less annoying, but my biggest con is that you can just skip it and it feels really useless. Because if I'm ever playing this, well, I would like to do this. Why would I not just skip it and get to a better act, in my opinion? So, yeah, it's an 8.5 it's a 7.3 that should be an 8.5. Anyways, next up is Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek Stage 5. Okay, it's really good in story. Like, for story-wise, I actually really like it. I think it's really good. Now, here's the problem. Gameplay wise, I think it's like a 7. Like, of course, this game does have a story, and it's a really good story at that. But gameplay wise, it just doesn't compare. I mean, it just can't compare. So I'm gonna give it a 7.7. I do think it's really good with the story, but gameplay wise is not the best. Although the ending is great, especially if you know the context of the books. Anyways, at number 7 is the Hello Neighbor 2 Bakery. I remember really liking this one. And I'm like, why? So I replayed it, and I still really, really like it. I think it's actually insanely good. First, finding all these puzzle pieces, it's really easy and really good. And I think it works well. I thought it was fun. All the designs and stuff like that, and trying to like the clock one and the bush and the thermostat and using and giving the cat her cat food so you can get the final one. And probably my favorite of you have to take the key from her when she's like baking in the dough or stoking her fire, and you just take the key, unlock the thing, get the other thing. And then in my opinion the better one of you have to get the ice cube, let it melt, and then get the fire extinguisher. Like, there's a lot of cool puzzles in this one. I really do like the puzzles. It is a bit short. I mean, it's probably the easiest act out of all of them. Even easier than the first and Mr. Otto's house, which is the name of the guy, the taxidermist. And overall, I do like the bakery. Like, I like the design, and for as cramped as it may seem, you never feel that way. It never feels like wherever I go, I'm just immediately set to die, even though that is how it should be. Hello Neighbor 2 is definitely, other than hide and seek, because those maps are just so expansive. But Hello Neighbor 2 is definitely a big step up compared to Hello Neighbor 1 in how they're able to handle their map space, as I actually feel like I have space and I can do stuff and go around. It's great. Overall, I do actually really, I think this is a great map. So I'm going to give it an 8.2 out of 10. Honestly, I don't get the Hello Neighbor 2 disrespect. It's so good. I think it's, like, I feel like people get mad at Hello Neighbor 2 because they just didn't really do what they promised. I mean, that's rough, I will say. The guess, which I will talk about Patch 9 later, is not in the ranking, but I will talk about it later. Like, of course, the guest being a huge part of marketing, and even the main villain of Alpha 1, and then just not being in the game till they added him in Patch 9, kinda sucks. And the AI not being how they promised, kinda sucks. Like, but just because it wasn't a fantastic game, doesn't mean it's not a great game. Because I do, like, if you ignore the problems and look at its newest form, I don't actually find it that buggy. I have not had a single bug. Like, I've played through it twice in the past couple months. Yeah, maybe not couple, past several months, and I haven't experienced a single glitch. I haven't experienced any like troubles with the game where I feel like, oh my god, I just can't beat this. The puzzles are very interesting. Like Hello Neighbor 2, great game, best of the franchise in my opinion. Anyways, at number 6 is Hello Neighbor Act 3. Okay, listen, there's a lot of diss towards the fear mini games, and I don't really think it's that deserved. I think the fear mini games are solid. They're not terrible per se, but they're not the worst thing. Here's my thing with the Fear School Me game. I know everyone hates it. It's too hard, too difficult. It takes me 5 hours. Okay. Here's my thing. I am very hit or miss on the Fear School game. Because sometimes I'm cracked at it and I do it like first try and it's so good. And it is very rewarding when you end up finishing it. But sometimes I just suck and get caught by the teacher. That's the biggest problem. The teacher. I get it. The teacher does actually have a path of her going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But it almost always feels like, generally, like I feel like half the time I get out of the locker, teacher's right there to catch me. Like there's so little times your teacher's not just right there. And it makes it so annoying because the teacher just doesn't stop. The whole point is that you have to wait out the students. You may say, well, that's way too easy. And for that, I agree. But why don't you make the teacher a bit more, I don't know, balanced and not feel like that they just track you whenever you are, or at least make you the same speed as the teacher. The fact that the teacher is like a lot faster than you is so bad. I just hate it. I really do just hate how the teacher's faster than you. That's so stupid. It's so dumb. Because why? I can't escape it. The one I always actually had trouble with, not on my recent playthrough, but the shopping one, which fun fact is because Nikki was abandoned when he was like 2 in a shopping mall. Okay. I think it's good. It's solid, it's neat, it's fun-ish. My favorite one is definitely the Fear of Darkness. People always complain that it's way too dark, but honestly, I never complain. I think the parkour is neat. The physics are never too janky for me. Which I will say, one thing about Hello Neighbor, I know, of course, there's a lot of problems with the physics. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen it. I know it. But, I've never experienced it, so I don't care. Anyways, the map, I actually really do. This is one of my favorite houses. Yes, it is big. Yes, it is expansive. But there's so much to do. So much to explore. I think it's really fun. Also, the superpowers, pretty cool. And the golden apple is here just to show that there's actually a lot you can do outside the base game. Like, of course, grow the golden apple. That's one thing. And then, there's art. Oh, yeah, you can get the shotgun, which I know is technically. I know you technically need the shotgun to get the red key, but let's be honest. You never do that. No one is getting the shotgun to do the really complicated thing to get the red key. Everyone just does the glitch with the chair where you throw the chair and then the red key comes flying out. Which I know, that's technically bad physics, but still, no one does the shotgun method. They just do the red key. But yeah, getting the shotgun, pretty fun. And like, especially like where you go through go under the stairs, get the error code, and then you can go anywhere in the map. That's pretty fun. Overall, I'm gonna give it the same rating as the last one, an 8.2. Like, I think they're both equal, which is kind of sad. This tiny bakery is as fun as this. I probably because the bakery just has better. The bakery has better puzzles, and I think the superpower things are very hit or miss. Anyways, next up is the mayor's house. I like the oh my god, that's so glitchy. I like the mayor's house. I think it's fun. Collecting all the trophies was pretty fun. I thought it was neat. I thought it was cool. Um, the only one that I thought was dumb, like Jenny, this was one where I was thinking that it was stupid, but then I realized that I'm just stupid and I missed clues. Like the one with the boat where you have to place the boat in front of the big boat. I just completely missed the boat stand where you had to place it, and I completely missed the code. I just completely missed that. It's my fault for getting it wrong. Like I hear people say that a lot about Search and Rescue. That's the only game where it actually has good clues, and most of the time you miss a puzzle because of your own stupidity. But I feel like Hello Neighbor 2 is equally as good at that. All the trophies are really fun to collect. The house I actually quite like. He can actually be a bit annoying. He feels like one of the lesser AIs in this game. But honestly, the house isn't too cramped. Like some stuff like the piano in this disco room are pretty fun. Overall, I think it's actually pretty great. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Next up, we're getting to our top 4, and here is where it starts getting really good. So Mr. Peterson's house in Hell Neighbor 2, I think, is just better than anything in Hell Neighbor 1. Generally, it's so good. It's so good. Hey, this is like the best one that actually use it, like where you have to use an open world ish aspect. I mean, sure, like I did this a lot, like especially with the museum. Like, oh, I needed this part. Well, I'm gonna go get like the mayor's house. Like, you need to use a fire extinguisher, get the steak done. I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna get a fire extinguisher from the baker to get it because I don't have to look. The bakery's house is real close, and if I die, I don't have to re-get the fire extinguisher. Anyways, and then there's also stuff like in the museum. I'm going to talk about the museum, where you get the museum and you can take the weight from Mr. Peterson's house, bring it to the museum. Honestly, I think the open world aspects are okay, but I think it can be fun when you figure out how to use it. Also, I really like how complicated it is. Like, the first act of the game in Hello Neighbor 1 is way too simple. It's just get a key. No crowbar, no key card. Honestly, really no puzzles. It's just get a key by doing some random crap. It's really simple. It's really easy. Here you actually need to get 4 keys through actual puzzles and mechanics. You need to go get scissors from the tree house by fixing the robot to cut up some stuff and make a picture, which will give you a key. And then you need to turn on a toy car, which will grab a key from under the bed. You need to align these figures in Mr. Peterson, in this mini dollhouse of Mr. Peterson, which will give you a key. You need to open this vault, which will lead you to one of those figures. Honestly, I really do love the puzzles in this game. I think they're all just really great. I think they work very well. Very good. I will rave about the puzzles. And also, Furry basically being just a slightly upgraded and modified Act 1 house, it's just a lot easier to run around. I don't feel cramped all the time, which is actually crazy because in Act 1, the second floor is blocked off to you, is blocked off to the neighbor. But here is actually the other way around. It's blocked off to you, and you can unlock it, sure, but still, it's not exactly like he has free roam of everywhere. And honestly, I think he is a great AI. I think he works really well. And I feel like there's no point in the game where I'm just really annoyed. I'm just having a great time playing this game, doing all these puzzles. And it feels just really rewarding and really fun. Overall, I think this is actually just really great. An 8.7 out of 10 for this guy. I love this level, genuinely. It's so good. Okay, next up is Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek Stage 1. This is probably the best Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek level at actually, like, splitting apart the plushies. Like, yes, if you can't tell, Stage 2, in my opinion, is better. Yes, that's true. But it does do a worse job at separating the plushies. Like, in Stage 2, you can just go to a bank and get, like, 8 plushies. Now, there's a lot more challenge that comes to that. Than this. It's a lot harder, but still, like for here, they actually do. It feels like each one has its own separate puzzle, except for like one at like when you get to the top and mountain, there's just like 3 plushies there. It's like, okay, that's a bit dull, but still, actually, I think it worked really well. All the puzzles I think are great. Like getting the shotgun to shoot down the eagle, circling, take the egg away from the mother, so you'll go away from the plushie she's sitting on. I think it works really well. The AI isn't that annoying. I don't think like he can see me from far, and I think it adds a good challenge when I'm on the ground. But oftentimes you're using the geysers anyways, so what does it matter? And I really do like how it feels like it uses the entire map, which I feel like there's only 2 Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek maps that actually do that, and it's Stage 1 and Stage 2, where it feels like the entire map is useful and you need it. Overall, think it worked well. Really, really enjoyed this stage. Honestly, Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek is so good. I love Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek. Anyways, and number 2, oh, sorry, it's an 8.8 out of 10. And number 2 is the museum. Okay. While it's actually hard to grade a museum because you have like 4 museum sections, after every boss you beat, you go to the museum. But I'm just counting it as a whole. I really like the museum. Of course, you have the neighbor there, and you have to like discover each section via the boss, and then get a new level. and things. And I think it's really fun. I really like the puzzles here. The dumbest puzzle is definitely the TV static one where you have to align these connection rods at the top of the building to turn on the TV, so it will give you a pattern for the books to unveil a core or to unveil a gear. That's really dumb. But for that puzzle, there's actually an wait, never mind. That's a different puzzle. Different puzzle. My bad. But there is a puzzle. What? I do think there are actual other options. Like, for example, you're supposed to open this clock to find out the time, which will be the safe code. Now, one thing that you may remember is if you're looking around Mr. Otto's house, the clocks all point to 11:35. So what do you type in? 11:35, and then boom, that's your code. I think it works really well. Like, all the puzzles other than that TV static one is actually really good. I think they all work well. Like getting the car, getting the wrench. I really do like the escape from the museum section where you have to free yourself from the attic with Aaron, and then you have to take the wrench from the neighbor to open this, and then open the fire extinguisher, get the key inside there, and then get the crowbar as he's chasing you. It feels very stressful and compact as it's supposed to be. Also, I just really like finding all the heads. I think is really interesting and cool. This I really do love all the puzzles in this map, which is great. It's really great, Anyways, yeah, if you couldn't tell, my number one is 9.1 out of 10. I actually do really love New Museum. Anyways, at number one is Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek Stage 2. It's peak. It's peak, guys. This is my one where I am a bit biased because I love the theme. I love the theme for this one. It's so good. The Cops and Robbers theme is just done so well. This is also the one where it feels like the people and the warning signs are the best. Where you hear the people what do I say? Call out to you, be like, "Hey, the criminal's there." I think it actually works really well and adds a sense of suspense. I also really like all the puzzles and things you have to do to get to these money bags. I will say maybe there's a bit too many money bags, but it's still fun, And one thing I will praise about this game, I will rave about this game is I really love the map. This is probably my favorite map. I think it's so fun, especially some of the puzzles with the cars, where you have to hit the cars together. I think the bank is really fun and dynamic because you have to deal with the siren going off and he'll come to you. Honestly, but I don't have anything more to say. I just really love the vibe and puzzles. I'm gonna give it a 9.3. Now, before we click off, I will talk about two other things. My TV. Anyways, first of which means Secret Neighbor. So, Secret Neighbor does have stages, and honestly, if you want to hear it from me, I love Secret Neighbor. I adore Secret Neighbor. You know how Among Us got really popular? It should have been Secret Neighbor. I think Secret Neighbor is literally just Among Us, but miles better. My only con is nothing about the game. It's that, it's about the people playing the game. There are not, I know, it's so sad, but there are not many people playing this game. I'm very sad, and it also costs a lot, so it's hard to get friends to buy the game because it costs $20. I love Secret Neighbor though, but you just don't find people playing it. And then my other con is that people don't play it properly. They just group together, so whenever you're the neighbor, it's not really a murder mystery. It's you're the neighbor, and they all know it, and that can be very annoying. But overall, I love finding the keys. It's a 9 out of 10 game. I highly suggest getting it. Actually, I don't highly suggest getting it. It's a 9 out of 10 game that turns to a 7 out of 10 game because there's no one playing it and it's not done well. But, if this game ever gets a resurgence, I heavily suggest buying it immediately because it's so fun when you actually play it properly. All the maps are so brilliantly designed, all the keys, all the puzzles and stuff like that. It's all so good. And I didn't make a slide for this, but Patch 9 of Hello Neighbor 2 with the guest, it's fun. There's some cool new mechanics like building with the hammer and the wood planks and the church, and I do like the ending with Diane and Maya basically coming out of the grave, and I think it's neat. The guest is probably at his best. I think it's a solid 8.5 out of 10. Also, if you really want to talk about Hello Guest, it's pre-alpha. I shouldn't talk about it, but I played Hello Guest. It's fun. It's fun. I know I didn't play the Mayak event one where you had to do get like an 80 code password by doing this Mayak uh weather tower thing like 20 times in a row. I'm not doing that, especially since I literally can't anymore. But I haven't played that version, but I did play the actual version of Hello Guest, and it's fun. Not my favorite game. It's like an 8. Overall, that's the end of this video. Hopefully, if this video does well, of course, whenever Hello Neighbor 3 comes out, maybe I'll make a video of myself playing it. Also, they're making Cuphead 2 and a new Cuphead game, like Cuphead Mighty Adventures. Whenever that comes out, you better be sure I'm gonna talk about it. Now, here's the thing: Cuphead 2 is most definitely coming out in like 2-3 years. I mean, it's a hand-drawn game. They're at the early stages of their development. I mean, maybe the team has I know Cuphead was really done by I think a full team, not even just animators, just a full team of 14 people. I'm pretty sure they've upgraded since then, but if they haven't, yeah, we're not getting Cuphead 2 for another 4 years. Which is very sad to think that I have to wait for Cuphead 2 for 4 more years, but it is what it is. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Subscribe. Bye.